gets around. Like Vada just doing some good work on that corner.
Thank you.
The timing in through the Cypher cage as well.
They must be rich. If they're rich, it's okay.
Because that was not an easy position to play from.
So
but if they are rich, why only 50? Think about it, bro. They must not be rich. If they were actually rich, they wouldn't hesitate for 100. They gifted 50 because they had to think about it. I'm just saying, dude. At that point, it's not worth it for you, bro.
Honestly, if I am expecting what Zix is coming in with the call,
score is
doing
3v3.
a ton of these flanks. We need to threaten the flank in terms of breaking Cypher utility, but I'd like to see them rotate over more quickly and flood into the sites.
These timeouts are going to be cool to keep your eyes on. Mike's now the coach of NRG. Had a long tenure with 100 Thieves, playing with the likes of Asuna on this roster all the way back since 2022. He got dropped after
nice. Everything is okay. Everything is okay.
2024. Wasn't on a team for kickoff, and midway through, after NRG got rid of Bongar, he got his chance with this squad, and kind of gets his first shot at revenge against the team that got rid of him.
Exactly, and if we do end up making it to an Icebox map 3, that's a map where 100 Thieves play the exact same comp for the same 5 players as they had last year as well, so you better believe the counter-stratting is going to be strong for NRG.
Oh, early on the satchel from Mata.
Just like they planned it in the timeout, no worries.
3v3 चल रहा है.
This time out of the timeout, 100 Thieves going for a trap setup in arcade instead of the full sprint at you look.
They'll pivot the util towards B main instead. NRG might just want to call a cancel now, but actually through the smoke. Som gets one on the spam. Happy accident from him.
मेरा टकरा है कि क्या हो रहा है? जेंडर मर गया, मैं देखा ही नहीं भाई.
Would be if they were to go back into the operator. Which has now moved all the way up into A main.
Looks like NRG do just want to re-hit into B though.
Yeah, NRG have done a lot of this. And remember they got burned the last time they tried to pivot back and forth between the sites. So seems to me like Finesse has changed his initial planning a bit to just freeze re-hit instead.
When you're playing against a Neon, fast rotates. She'll almost always be on the scene. Here comes the execute. Asuna, I mean, talk of speed. What? He's bounding forward, still alive, as his team lights up the scoreboard.
Booster मारेगा. नहीं मार. FNS कैसे मार रहा है?
And a 1v2. Another shot for Cryo and a freebie. He knows where the last man is.
No, Ethan, no, fucking no, Ethan. Cryo ने हक
down instead.
ये उस कालू की वो कॉपी कर रहा है Ethan. ये गोरा होकर उस कालू की कॉपी कर रहा है. Wow.
The vets for the squad coming up big. How did these shots even happen?
Yo, nice one, Asuna.
I think that's the best answer to your question.
But there was also the kills coming in from Boostio too. Like, yeah, Austin is sliding
क्यों
around.
निकला बाहर? क्रायो क्यों निकला बाहर?
Ethan, don't worry.
पर FNS ने 2 मारे जो दो बहुत क्रूशल थे भाई उधर. उधर लिटरली 2 बहुत क्रूशल थे.
NRG, quick take of
Wait a
space
second, मैं वो ला दूं. मेरा राउंड देखना था मेरे को यार. एक सेकंड, ये राउंड क्यों बचा था?
He's never been this far up on the line.
And again, there's a push through on the south side. Look how quickly Austin is moving on this flank.
NRG are already kind of encircled. Have to make.
वो सैंडविच कर लिया.
Pressure's coming in.
Nice, एक और.
Cryo takes the first finesse.
Nice.
Stuck in a horrible
nice
position with Asuna sliding into his face.
And yet still NRG.
टावर ले लिया पर वो आई निकल ही नहीं पाएंगे. उनके पास साइड ही नहीं निकल ही नहीं पाएंगे. एक तो रोटेट जाएगी टावर में. सब खत्म. ब्रीच का स्टन आने दो बस. Nice. Just breach का स्टन आने दो एक बारी.
Stand off at the corner. Flash forward. But Asuna in the tight angle.
Asuna बच कैसे गया?
Xanda creeping up a bit. Puts down a smoke which actually gives an exit.
इसके पास एक नेड है. मार्डा. I don't like मार्डा. मेरे को मार्डा पसंद नहीं आता.
NRG, they've done a ton of re-hits into the same site they showed early, and this time they're going to actually call the pivot.
Asuna पहुंच गया बहुत पहले ही पहुंच गया. डोर खोलने की आवाज नहीं आई. डोर खोलने की आवाज नहीं आई. बैठा रहे, इधर ही बैठा रहे, कोने में बैठा रहे, छुप के बैठा रहे Asuna.
Yep, here comes
Nice.
the rocket from Mata. He's fully
Cancel
worried about
हो
players in
गई.
spawn. Yet to consider Asuna. When does he choose to strike?
यो बच गया.
Rocket actually nearly finds its mark.
Nice
Here goes
Asuna.
Asuna. Slide onto the planter, trying to adjust the aim, but
बहुत
Mata,
हिलता है
they're
इसका
in time
aim.
with the protection.
100 Thieves waiting now. Double flank coming in and baiting with the open door. Puts NRG in completely isolated positions.
100 बस खराब निकल रही है.
Brock up top. Too many angles for him.
नहीं क्या?
So the rookie's
Nice,
in the clutch.
nice,
The ult at his
nice,
feet
nice.
has to go on the run, and he almost finds that second player. Xander.
काम
the safe
खराब हुआ था
hands
अभी
for 100
बच्ची.
Thieves.
काम खराब.
That was almost insane out of Mata. 100 Thieves navigate well through that muddy round, right? There's a lot of different mind games going on between Finesse and Boostio there. Whether it's, you know, that late pinch coming in on the south side, NRG freezing, maybe they're retaking, maybe they're going to rotate. There's a combination of that pinch play with the flank with Cryos off.
आसुना नियोन अच्छा खेलता है. कुछ भी बोलो.
Really prioritizing A main in the post.
एक आसुना नियोन अच्छा खेलता है और एक जॉर्जोमो अच्छा खेलता है. जॉगमो.
No, I mean, it would have been good if you wanted to get
Jogomo is good, भाई.
Almost walking into the annihilation there, I think.
Crazy. And 100 Thieves on a round win, by the way. Look at their guns. That is rough.
Yeah, 2 rifles and the operator.
Cryo निकालेगा. एक पिक है,
Interesting
एक pick है,
though
एक
for
pick है,
NRG
एक pick है,
putting the
एक
Tejo
pick
solo on the
है.
north side. Usually there's more players behind that.
Hello, Ethan. Asuna has a tasty target.
Nice
The
try,
adjustment was
Asuna.
good. But Ethan
Flash देके मारा नहीं
faster and
इसने.
keeps the round even.
नहीं वो बैकअप है.
Duelist 1-for-1 trade. Usually going to benefit the
कहाँ
defensive
घूमी
side
लगा
here.
रहे
Which
हैं.
way are we going? Players crossing each other up on the ropes.
I don't know if NRG even know yet. It's the north side,
They
and we're
hold
hearing
the
all of
rap
this,
now.
by the way, Xander at least.
Som.
So Under Thieves keep 3 on the A side.
स्टैक है यार ये तो अपना भी स्टैक हो रखा है.
Remember, NRG was a team that went in
इजी
the first
क्योंकि
map
उनके
of this
पास
stage.
वो
They
प्लांट
kept going
करेंगे
to
उसमें
the
मेन
raised
जाने की तो
offside
जगह है
points,
नहीं.
A over and over
ऊपर का तो
again.
कुछ
Playing
प्लांट
goes
है नहीं
well for
उनका.
them.
They really like playing the
तो वो
post
करेंगे
up
क्या?
front, but
प्लांट
actually
किधर
hitting the
करेंगे?
site
एक ऊपर का
is
प्लांट है
tough
जो ऊपर
unless
होता है
100
कोने
Thieves
पे.
just bundle up and leave it.
And that's
मेन
exactly
जाने
what
मेन
is
भाई
happening
मेन
here.
अपना
Oh,
लिया
the
हुआ है.
worm smoke attack.
मेन अपना लिया हुआ है पूरा.
Ew. Missiles.
ब्रो
Here
पूरा
comes the
मेन
fight
अपना
from
लिया हुआ
NRG.
है.
Pushing forward into main. Stun from Brock. Not connecting. Swing
नाइस
wide.
नाइस नाइस.
for
मैंने
the
बोला
100
भाई
Thieves.
प्लांट करने
They're
की
gonna
जगह ही
keep
नहीं
this
है.
one rolling. Keep
उनको
heading-
साइड पे ही बैठना
heading their
पड़ेगा
way
प्लांट
up
के
through
साथ साइड.
main. It's Cryo. Deals with players on the other side, and it's just
जो अपन ने
overwhelming
मेन लिया
on
था
the
ना इतना
retake.
क्रेजी लिया था मेन.
I can't help but feel like NRG are A, being so pressured at the start of rounds, and B, playing rounds with almost
पूरा
no
मेन कंट्रोल
information.
अपने पास था
Right?
साइड
They
का.
oftentimes are finding
वो
themselves
कहाँ ही
grouping up
चले
in
जाते हैं.
mid-rounds, acting together. Not really going for any
नाइस.
lurcher
एक
things
बंदा
like this,
सीटी
which
और
makes
सारे
sense
मेन.
against the
नाइस
chamber.
भाई.
Certainly not an easy thing to go for.
Nice! Xander!
But with how
Nice.
actively 100 Thieves have been playing in the mid-rounds and taking space towards NRG's own side of the map, it's putting them in really awkward positions once it comes time to actually
pausa
take a site.
pausa.
Xander had a lot of
वहाँ से
criticism from
pausa
the
pausa.
community after some underperformances their last game, some of the early series in stage 1 as well. But thus far, he has been taking over on this map. 12-4 on the Brimstone for 100 Thieves as NRG's going to call their first timeout.
Yeah, that was starting all the way back in the pistol for Xander with the 4K that won a round out of
Somehow.
nowhere for 100 Thieves. It's a very different type of game. If that had gone NRG's way like it looked it was going.
3 rounds left to play in the half for NRG. Trying to come back in. They had control of this game for a while. These slow re-hits were working, but like you mentioned, 100 Thieves just playing a lot of these death ball rounds and have been winning on just these late round flood retakes.
Yeah, I think NRG need to be putting more focus on sort of their anti-aggro protocols. Actually turn around and deal with some of these fights. 100 Thieves have been unrelenting. A lot of times teams will start off a half, play 6 rounds like that and do a lot of aggro and then slow down, run more fakes, you know, so that you're kind of always guessing in the back of your head. 100 Thieves have just been fighting over and over again. They trust themselves and have full confidence in the fights.
I don't think NRG is going to slow down either. Here's the fight towards A
ना
main. The
100
Neon
की साइड है
slides
पर
in.
एनर्जी बहुत
The
अच्छा खेलती है
smoke
आजकल.
keeps him off for now. Mata through.
बोलते ही
Another
किल ले
smoke.
लिया
That's
एनर्जी.
onto
ओ
you.
मार
Who's
दे.
gonna come out on top?
अच्छा
Asuna
अपना ही बंदा
stunned
अपना ही
in the
बंदा
face
है.
and backing away finally.
मारेगा.
Reposition
मारा.
from Mata. Expected.
मारा
And now
भाई
the
मारा.
sheriffs ring out for another. It slows down.
Exactly where.
Cypher ult you swing in with the ultimate. That'll force one man out onto the island. And it's a 2-on-2.
2v2 अभी भी
Another standoff for
नाइस नाइस.
Xander.
जेंडर बहुत अच्छा है भाई. जेंडर का
in
एम
another round.
लेफ्ट से लाता है वो गोले जैसे मैं चलाता हूँ ना
1v1
लेफ्ट से.
against Sam. Cryo. He's gonna be late to arrive.
स्पाइक
now
अपने
with
पास है.
his
हटा दो.
teammate.
क्रॉस फायर खेलो
Through the
सिंपल.
smoke he goes. All posted
स्पाइक
on the
अपने
angle.
पास है.
100 Thieves win it out.
Solid anti-eco for 100 Thieves there, even though it started slipping a bit in the middle of it all.
I feel like the most solid.
Solid in the sense that Xander is going to be there to lock things down, no problem.
Another nice 3 kills from him.
No, because honestly, I think Mata being in that position was fairly unexpected. Mata is able to take down Xander, it's a different story, but once he was able to get back into the site, play those longer lines, wasn't so much of a concern.
Seen this start around a lot from NRG. The 3-2 split towards B. It's another fight right at the start. And again, it's Xander. This guy's taken over.
The opening fights have just been a mess for NRG. 100 Thieves have talked a lot as a team about how they love to play scrappy, how they love to go for these brawls. It's been working.
Finesse turned this 2v5 into a 2-on-3. Psalm waiting on the fate of the smoke.
Yeah, the problem is the Spike is in a bit of a pickle.
Finesse is going all the way around the map.
Yeah, but again, there's a cipher or a chamber trip.
It's offline for a second.
Oh,
actually pulled back.
I was gonna say he was intentionally staying in range of it and then chose not to. The second the Finesse is going for the lurk.
Oh, the timing. Cryo's holding this with an up. Surely he's ready. Surely he wins this against Finesse. That's one from Psalm.
Nice
Maybe that
Psalm.
pulls attention.
पर मारेंगे आसना मारेगा FNS नहीं मार पाएगा बोला मैंने FNS नहीं मार पाएगा Psalm तो 5 HP है
This becomes all the more challenging for Psalm.
GG भाई 7-5 हो रहा है 7-5 हो रहा है
Really? He's walking into the operator Cryo. He misses the first shot.
Cryo नहीं मार पाएगा
But only needs 1 bullet with the headhunter.
मारा Cryo ने nice.
Again, these opening fights, it's just a complete difference maker. NRG, even after timeouts, been unable to find an answer. And personally, I have a lot more belief on their defensive side. I think as a team, NRG play much better on defense across basically every map.
Cryo मेरी तरह
They
खेलता है
can
भाई
control play, a calmer pace of rounds.
फिर मैं जोजोमो की तरह
The
खेलता
Sword
हूँ
of Thieves continue to just
Jogomo.
inject chaos at the start of every round. It's been them on top the last 4 in a row now.
Here we go again. It's gonna be a fight in B main. Asuna slides forward. Stun in. Mata stuck in the smoke. The ultimate. It's the best weapon in that position. As 100 Thieves, 3 for 1 on the trade.
And again, that's the Spike, the only potential wrinkle. Ethan in underpass.
Nice job.
1-for-1 is the best he can do. That wraps up that 8-4 for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves won it their way. These last 3 rounds, literally just 4-1, leave Cryo alone on the site, and run it down on the other side.
Xander on the Brimstone at halftime, 19-5. Just normal behavior from the newest edition.
Drop the neon from the comp and just let him stim beacon run it down every round. Seems pretty damn good. And Ziggs is happy about it. It's an 8-4 start to this game for 100 Thieves. They're strong on 100 on this map, but NRG have a chance at their favorite defense when we return.
You might have heard I'm going through a little upgrade with my tats. So when Verizon announced that everyone gets a free phone on any plan, pain-free, count me in. Try and beat it. I'll give you a sec.
भाई न्यू जर्सी पहुंच गया ब्रो मेरा मार न्यू जर्सी पहुंच गया ब्रो व्हाट द फक न्यू जर्सी पहुंच गया भाई भाई इट्सी पे खरीदो यार मेरा सामान प्लीज buy my things on Etsy चलो Etsy Xander the goat चलो भाई बाय यार मेरे से तो ये नहीं हो रहा